Gently Falls the Bakula, written by Madam Sudha Murthy. Part 1. It was a day of great excitement for the students of Model High School, Hubli. The results of the district level inter-school essay competition were to be announced that morning. The competition, open to students of the 10th standard, was a prestigious one not because of the prize money but because the award had been instituted by a highly respected essayist. The prize winning essay would be sent to the state level competition. The hall was abuzz with anticipation. The boys were in animated discussion, the girls in whispered speculation. Competitions such as these invariably threw up unexpected winners. Ugly ducklings often turn into beautiful swans when they are tested. So, who was it going to be this time? The suspense was palpable. When the history teacher, Mr. Kulkarni, walked in, a sudden hush fell upon the room. Sensing the tension in the air, Mr. Kulkarni decided to prolong the suspense a little longer. He began by saying, I know all of you are waiting impatiently for the results of the essay competition and to know who is the winner, but I am going to ask you to wait a little longer. I will read out the essay first and allow you to guess who the author of it could be. After hearing the essay, I'm sure you will agree that it is the most mature and heartwarming effort, definitely deserving of the prize. A few oaths and mild protests of "Tell us first, sir," were quickly silenced as Mr. Kulkarni began to read. All are my children. I am like their father. Like any father wishes for his child happiness and comfort, I wish that for all human beings eternal joy. Wherever I am, whether I am having my dinner or at a party, whether attending to matters of secrecy or inspecting the cattle pens, whether on a journey or resting in my garden, informers must bring me the news of my subjects. Wherever I am, I will work relentlessly to benefit my people. Sacred of all duties is the path of Dharma. A man who is not conscious cannot follow Dharma. Dharma should flourish, not perish. Let people strive for its growth and not wish its destruction. These are words inscribed on the stone edicts of Devnam Piyadasi Ashoka. Ashoka, the son of Bimbisara and grandson of Chandragupta Maurya, has earned for himself a special place in the history of the world. There have been many great kings who fought wars and won major battles like Alexander. There were great saints full of compassion and who showed kindness to all living creatures like Christian Buddha. But the combination of king and a saint there was none other than Ashoka. Emperor Ashoka was a great human being. After the Battle of Kalinga, he saw the terrible suffering inflicted on the people as a result of the war and he was horrified. His heart melted and he decided to be more tolerant and compassionate and dedicated the rest of his life to the practice and preaching of Dharma. He began to look upon his subjects as his children and did everything for their welfare. When we study his rocks edicts, we understand the nature of this noble king and come to know his valuable thoughts about Dharma. Perhaps Ashoka did not have change of heart and turned to non-violence merely because of Kalinga war. That event may have merely acted as a spur of an already gentle and sensitive emperor. Ashoka had his edicts etched throughout the kingdom on pillars, on stones, and in caves. It is said his kingdom stretched from Karnataka in south to Pakistan and the borders of Afghanistan in the north, from the Arabian Sea in the west to what is now Orissa in the east. He had them inscribed in Pali, Prakrit, Brahmi, and Aramaic so that his message would reach the common man. He has described the Kalinga War too in some instances. It is said that in those days, when the population was small, 100,000 people were killed in the war, and the river again and again in such on the banks of which the war was fought by this had flowed. The name had not yet been announced with blood. Each one in the class, 150,000 people were taken away could only as prisoners. One can imagine the horrors of the war. Who could have written some of the edicts of the emperor can be found in Miss Srimati Gavi Mata was a slim, Raichur district and with a British complexion and good clear features. She had unusually long hair Ashoka, who was that reached below her knees. Devnam and she always wore a string of Bakula flowers in her hair. The first student Srimati was one of the brightest students in her class. He was a great so when the teacher finally announced her name as the winner of competition, her classmates were not surprised. Today, they broke into loud applause. But the principle of five idols known as the Shai Srimati was formulated by him but embarrassed. He the bell rang to his just so that world of conflicts. Then so that teacher quickly handed her the essay before all the students rushed out. That is Srimati was gathering her books and getting ready to go home. She overheard the conversation of some boys from her class. Not only in they were engrossed in the discussion about the best essay. I salute such they were expressing their surprise that Shrikant Deshpande had not just of such had not got the first prize. A kind monarch. Shrikant was Srimati's rival in class. It is a land as holy, a tall, fair, and handsome young man. He was known for his strong determination to be the best. Now that he was beaten in the if I am not in this essay competition, his friend Manish Sethi please make and Ravi Patil were most upset, at least even more than Shrikant himself. It was a matter of prestige for them, and the thought that Srimati had defeated him was hard to accept. They were venting their anger on Shrikant. This kind of rivalry was very common in the co-ed schools of those days. Shrikant, you haven't. Shrikant, you shouldn't have given her a chance this time, fumed Ravi Patil. Shrikant smilingly replied, take it easy, Ravi. History is not a great subject. Can just one good essay make you a topper? Writing an essay is nothing but filling up pages. Real intelligence is scoring in science. Don't have too much, Shrikant. All of us are aware that Srimati is not a dumb girl. Accept your defeat and grace. She is intelligent and hardworking and will definitely score better than you in every subject if you don't look out, retorted Ravi. Malesh was nodding his head in agreement. Come on, Malia, said Shrikant to his dear friend. You also don't overestimate her. I agree she is good, but only in art subjects like history and languages. Normally, women are very fond of history because it is an accumulation of gossip. Like some emperor had 3 wives, the last wife had 6 sons, etc. This doesn't require any logic or reasoning, only memorizing facts, which girls are good at. How do you know? Ravi questioned Shrikant. You know that I am her neighbor, Ravi. I can see her studying from my room. Every day she gets up at dawn, probably to prepare such kinds of essays. If I had also prepared like her, I would have written a better one. None of his friends were prepared to accept the excuses Shrikant was making for his failure. Don't fool us, Shrikant. Why would you wake up so early? Is it to watch her studying? We know that you are also as hardworking as her, but she is any day brighter than you. My mother was scolding me, saying none of us do anything except roam around, but Srimati does all the housework and also studies. I think my mother is right. Malish was upset with Shrikant because he knew that he couldn't beat Srimati and no words of Shrikant could console him. As the boys started walking out, Ravi Patil said to Malish, Malia, you are so thick skinned. Why are you getting so upset when Shrikant is not? He is conceding defeat so easily. Why? Because when a person is in love, he is ready to accept defeat. Have you not noticed why Shrikant always gives away his first position to her? Because she is going to be his better half. See, even their names matched. Srimati Shrikant Deshpande. One day you will understand the final feelings of love, Malia. Don't worry. So saying, Ravi burst out laughing. Srimati turned around, red with embarrassment, and saw Shrikant staring at her. He too looked baffled and felt equally idiotic. After a moment or two, he exploded. Shut up, you fools. Don't just speak whatever comes to your mouth. There is nothing like that. It's all your imagination. I was not responsible for her name. If you have the guts, go and ask her. He was sure that they would not ask Srimati. In North Karnataka, a married woman's name consisted of her first name, followed by her husband's name and then the surname. In the case of unmarried girls, her father's name was her middle name. Poor Srimati. Her name, which was the name of Lakshmi, the goddess of wealth, was also a signifier for a married woman, and her father's name was Shrikant. Both she and Shrikant had the same surname, Deshpande. This unusual combination of names had led to all the jokes and teasing that she had just heard. But neither Shrikant nor Srimati could do anything to stop